we're going to do a little bit here on boarding ramps. If you haven't played against a boarding ramp and your opponent tells you he's got a boarding ramp, be very wary of getting close to his vehicles that have boarding ramps. Here we have an Ork truck with my favourite Ork of all time, Master Ghazghkull. Ghazghkull's like a special character, but generally this is done by the big mega armoured knobs. Don't Orks have the best names for their armour? Mega armoured knob. I know when Warren's out at the weekend, that's his chat up line to the women. It's, "Hiya girls, I have a mega armoured knob." Trust me girls, if you've ever met him, ask him. But yeah, we have Ghazghkull here, and he's going to be using his boarding ramp on John's dreadnoughts. Now, some of you as well will say, "Darrell, you don't like John's dreadnoughts." And I would have to probably agree, because I think they're a tin with food in them. You know, I call this boy beans and this boy spam, because you kill them and you eat the innards if you're a Tyranid player. They're a big tin with some meat inside them, or some beans generally. But here, if we get past all my waffle, here we have Ghazghkull inside his Ork vehicle, open top vehicle, and it's got a boarding ramp. First question is, what's a boarding ramp do? It allows you one model to set out his boarding ramp and make his close combat attacks against a vehicle within 2 inches of his vehicle. Generally, you'll do this against regular vehicles, but yes guys, you can do this against dreadnoughts. And no guys, you're not locked in combat with the dreadnought. He basically puts down his boarding ramp, he runs up, he makes his attacks. Your Ork in his truck makes his attacks. You don't get to attack him back. Not even dreadnoughts can lock you in combat with them. So here, our truck would drive up to one of the dreadnoughts. We'll go for a Master Spam here rather than Beans. We'll leave him alone for a little while. He wouldn't even necessarily get to turn around. I just turn him around for the video. Ghazghkull here would stick down his ramp and he'd run up and he'd smack the dreadnought. Ghazghkull, I believe, gets something ridiculous like 6 attacks. So put down there, he would need force to hit, and he failed. Even being strength 10, he failed. These would be considered, guys, close combat attacks. So I would argue that you hit the front armor. The dreadnought, I don't believe, gets to fight back. So the dreadnought just, Ghazghkull sticks his hand out the window. It's like one of them videos you'll see on YouTube of guys going past and sticking their hand out the window and hitting things or whatnot. He basically sticks his hand out the window or the door and smacks the vehicle as much as he wants, and then jumps back inside. Quite a sneaky attack, and I have to say guys, whoever come up with this at GW, I think this is a great attack. I think this is one of the best attacks. No downside to having boarding ramps in your vehicles. They're not that expensive in points. You stick a big mega armoured knob, Warren's favourite thing in the game, into it. You just drive up beside and you hit them a smack. Dreadnoughts, I don't believe, get to fight back. The guy using the boarding ramp does count as charging, but he's not locked in combat. It's a special rule. It only says the Ork gets his attacks. So if you're not in combat, you can't be attacked back. No disadvantage. I see no downside to this whatsoever. Spam here would be dead this round, and Beans would probably die in the next round if he didn't get to the truck. You can't do this if the truck has moved 12 inches. Your truck has to have moved less than 12, but I see no disadvantage in this. I think this is one of the coolest little rules. Always watch out for your opponents with trucks, with boarding ramps. I know I got one of my Land Raiders a smack with this, and I got lucky that the guy only stunned the Land Raider, but he munched it the next round in combat. Another thing, always take extra armor in your Land Raiders. Tell me what you think. Do you use this? Has this worked well? Would you like to have boarding ramps all over your vehicle? Personally, the only downside for this I see is you can only have one of them. Give us your comments below, guys. Tell me what you think.